The Zeds are close. Safety's off.
This one's tenacious.
Did I pique your interest? Mrs. Foster from range. This one's tenacious. Mrs. Foster from range. Mrs. Foster presents her introductions.
Perfect. Pod is open again. Let's get you restocked. Pod's closed. Go make a difference.
Going. Bye-bye. Aperitifs are served. Such accuracy, Mrs. Foster. How can you do it? Pleased to make your acquaintance. Mrs. Foster from range. Did I shock you? Such accuracy, Mrs. Foster. How can... It is cloaked! You're terminated.
Glad to see you made it through. Make for the pod and gear up.
Physician, heal thyself.
Buy some armor. I need you alive and in one piece. Time's up. Go kill some Zeds.
Mrs. Foster.
Presents her introduction.
Zed, meet my M14. M14, meet Zed. Pleased to make your acquaintance. An M14 becomes you, Mrs. Foster. Aperitifs are served. Your trusty M14.
Pick it up. When you're done, I can reopen the traitor pod.
This one's tenacious. An M14 becomes you, Mrs. Foster.
Oh. Come see me. The pod's safely open. Nicely done.
Want something done right?
You earned the money. Now spend it. More Zeds on the scope. Back to it, mes amis.
Ah, your trusty M14. Did I pick your... Zed, meet my M14. M14, meet Zed. Mrs. Foster presents her introductions. An M14 becomes you, Mrs. Foster. Then. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Zed, meet my M14. M14, meet Zed. Aperitifs are served.
Glad to see you made it through. Make for the pod and gear up. You like being chewed into pieces? Buy armor. Pod's closed. Go make a difference.
Comes you, Mrs. Foster. Daffodil make that work. Zed, meet my M14. M14, meet Zed. Come on, Mrs. Foster. Float no more. An M14 becomes you, Mrs. Foster. Did I pique your interest? Rusty M14. This one's tenacious. An M14 becomes you, Mrs. Foster.
That was the last one. Get to the indicated pod for resupply. I saw how you tore that scrake up. Gave me hen flesh. Comment? Ah, vous savez? Time's up. Go kill some Zeds.
Did I pique your interest? Zed, meet my M14. M14.
A decent beginning. Let's call that your warm-up.
An M14 becomes you, Mrs. Foster. There it is. Did I pique your interest? Zed, meet my M14. M14, meet Zed. Pleased to make your acquaintance. your trusty M14. Did I...
Your interest.
Glad to see you made it through. Make for the pod and gear up.
Teen?
You were untouchable out there. I'm impressed. Break time's over. Get back to work. More Zeds inbound.
To make your acquaintance.
An M14 becomes you, Mrs. Foster.
A solid start, but many Zeds remain.
Did I... 14. M14 meets Zed. I can't see. Pleased to make your acquaintance. An M14 becomes you, Mrs. Foster. Mrs. Foster presents her introductions. Ah, your trusty M14. Let no more. Aperitifs are served. Oh. There it is.
Boom. Come see me. The pod's safely open. Nicely done. That's Greg. Oof. You took it down hard. More Zeds on the scope. Back to it, mes amis.
Good night, farewell. Did I pique your interest? It's wrong. Mrs. Foster presents her introductions. There it is. An M14. Ah! This one's tenacious. Zed, meet by M14. M14, meet Zed. Pleased to make your acquaintance. M14 becomes you, Mrs. Foster. Ah! Did I shock you? Bye-bye. Let's no more.
That was the last one. Get to the indicated pod for resupply. Unless you hate living, get some armor. Pod's closed. Go make a difference.
Did I pique your interest? Good night. Farewell. Aperitifs are served.
We've dented their numbers, but there are plenty left.
Did I pique your interest? Zed.
Meet by M14.
M14? Meet Zed. Mrs. Foster presents her introductions. Faster. Aperitifs are served.
And M14
Comes you, Mrs. Foster. Shocking development. There it is. Zed, meet by M14. M14, meet Zed. Let no more. Mrs. Foster presents her introductions.
Glad to see you made it through. Make for the pod and gear up. Taking down a Scrake comes naturally to you, no? Time's up. Go kill some Zeds.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. Meet by M14. M14, meet Zed. There it is. Get ready to go timber.
A solid start, but many Zeds remain.
Now, your trusty M14. It's back. Aperitifs are served. Zed, meet by M14. M14, meet Zed. This one's tenacious. Ah, your trusty M14. Pleased to make your acquaintance. There it is. Zed, meet by M14. M14, meet Zed.
Finish the last ones off, so I can open the trader pod for you.
And she's back. This one's tenacious. An M14 becomes you, Mrs. Foster.
Spend wisely. You've got a real fight ahead.
Marvelous. I do love the money train.
That's Scrake.